In this lesson, we're going to look at Nearpod. Nearpod is a platform where students can interact with the teacher. There are lessons that are self-paced and lessons that are teacher-led. The first thing you'll need to do is look for Nearpod on self-service. It may already be installed, or you may need to install it now. Look on self-service for Nearpod, or look through all of your different sliding pages for an app that looks like this. It's white in the background, kind of a medium blue, and has some white stripes on it. Nearpod. When you click on Nearpod, it will open a page that says Students. Enter lesson code. Enter lesson code is where you will enter a 5-letter code given to you by your teacher. Your teacher may also give you a link instead. If you're given a link, most often you'll go directly to the lesson and not need to type in a code. In this example, though, we'll type in a code. Codes are always 5 letters. They're always capital, but you don't have to worry about making them capitalized. As I type them in, they're automatically capitalized. For this example, our code is XKJMU, and then I'll click Join. It'll download the lesson, and it'll ask you for your name. You'll want to include your first name and the first initial of your last name. Under Other or Optional, you can include your teacher's name, but you don't have to. It truly is optional. Then you're going to click Join Session. When you join the session, you'll be put on the starting page. In a self-paced lesson, you'll be able to use the arrows to go right and left, forward and back in the lesson on your own. For instance, in this one, this is self-paced. I can click on this arrow to the right and move forward, or this arrow to the left and move backward. On a teacher-instructed lesson, a live lesson, I won't have the arrows, or the arrows will be grayed out and I won't be able to use them. When I move through the lesson, I may have something like the objectives for the lesson, essential questions. It may ask me to fill in different pieces of information. For example, this is an open-ended question. It may ask you if you would like to access the microphone. If you plan to enter any answers as recordings, you're going to want to allow access to your microphone. Click OK. Here, I could type in my answer. So how long do you think the Great Wall is? If you think it's 20 miles, 300 miles, 1,000 miles, you can put whatever you think it is. Or I could record some audio here. I think that it's 300 miles long. I think that it's 300 miles long. You're given many options. You can also click on the picture up here so that you can see a picture. And click on the X at the top so that you can close it. At the bottom, you'll find the Submit button so that you can enter your answer. Here's some more information, and it talks about how we're going to take a virtual trip. That's exactly what this lesson is going to let us do. Let's click forward. It starts to download, and then with my iPad, I can take a virtual trip around. I can swipe and move around, or simply move my iPad so that I can look around the Great Wall of China. Fascinating. It actually has several different virtual views here so that I can take a walk in a couple of different ways. And then it goes into a slideshow telling me about its location, the significance, its origin, and several other different things here, like when it was built, the original length, more than the workers. So I can click on each of these to find out. Look at that. The original length was 3,100 miles, 10 times longer than my guess. When I'm done with all that information, I can move forward to the next. Here is another open-ended question. And look, this one actually has a video with it to watch. I can watch this video. Now, sometimes videos are difficult to watch. That's okay. You can skip if you have to. And you can always click on this X at the top to close. Sometimes you'll be asked to draw things. Try to draw the Great Wall of China on this map of Asia. Be sure to use a color that stands out. For example, if I'm drawing on China, using yellow doesn't seem to make sense, does it? Because now it's not going to stand out. This, if I want to exit this, I can click on this arrow. It tells me not only what my code is so that I can share it with my peers, but it's also my way to exit this lesson. I can click exit, click yes, and that's it. I'm done. I hope this helps you when you go to use Nearpod in the future.